Today's episode is installing the SE Sport 300 hydrofoil. If you like what you see, please take a moment and like and subscribe to my channel. I'd really greatly appreciate it. At the end of this video, I'll also have a blooper, and also I'm going to have a little bit of an inspirational quote. So I'll see you later. Stay tuned. Thanks. All right, let's take a look at let's open our box up. This, I guess they call this now the revealing. So I ordered this from, whoa, knock all kinds of stuff down. I ordered it from West Marine, came pretty quickly. Came quicker than what I was ready to put it together. So let's see what we got here. All right, nice size box. I think I'm going to be able to use this box. Nice soft packing material. Lots of packing material. Lots of packing. More packing material. But wait, there's more. Here's more. Oh my goodness gracious, plenty. Okay, so I've got the C Sport here, right here, and looks like it's got a lot of the hardware and everything. And it fits like this. And so the first thing I'm going to do is take it out of the container and see if those holes match up with the holes I currently have on my motor. Okay. Now is the time to check it out. This SE Sport 300, it's a little bit heavier than I thought it was going to be. So let's see what we got here. No, nowhere even close, it seems like. Okay. Yeah. So it doesn't look like it's going to, oh, does it go underneath? Well, even if I put it underneath, even if I did underneath, it still wouldn't fit. So these holes are not going to work for this particular model. I'm wondering if it's even going to work on this engine. Well, let's take a look at the directions and see what it has to say. Took a few moments to listen to the video, YouTube video, and one thing that was mentioned in the video that is not mentioned in the directions is that there's that little guide fin underneath the engine that's on a rotor, kind of turns a little bit, and to be sure that you're not drill through that. And so I need to make sure that I don't drill through things I'm not supposed to. The tools, it says I need a drill 1/4 inch to 9/32. So I've got my handy dandy DeWalt here and a couple drill bits, the 9/32 and 1/4. I could go in between, but I didn't see the need for that. I've got my nuts and bolts and everything, got my socket wrench and my Phillips screwdriver, and it says in a 7/16 socket. And so I've got all that, and so let's go out and mark it up and we'll put her on. I've got all my tools out here now, and my paperwork that came in the package, all my tools. And so the first thing I did was I wanted to make sure that this would fit okay, and I was worried about this little hole thing here, but don't need to worry about it at all. And then I put like a starting, used my magic marker, put a starting hole right here, and then I took their handy dandy guide that they got and lined up where it's supposed to be, where those two arrows are. Then I lined up, then I marked, and over here on the side you have some numbers. 1 to 16. And mine is 14 on that side. And over here, I'm at 14 as well. So I'm square. And I went ahead and marked my holes. And now I'm going to go ahead and drill my holes. And actually what I like to work with a starter drill. I know it says to use the larger drills first, but I like to start with a starter drill. So I'm going to pull out my 7/64 and put that onto my DeWalt. Get that on there. Okay. Now, I don't know about in your world, but in my world, I've made my fair share of missed drills. And so I like to start with the smaller drill, like I had mentioned earlier, and then make sure everything's all lined up. But see how that thing moves on you? I want to make sure I'm going in the right place. So I'm pulling out some of my handy dandy blue tape. And I'm going to get this situated here. Okay, 14 there. Tape that a little bit. Let's check this side, see if I'm at the 14 right. Let's see here. See where I'm at. $14, right on 14. Okay, this is 7. This is 7. This is at 14. Okay, so I've got 14 on this side, 14 on this side, right on the line. Down here, I'm right on the line of 7. And over here, I'm right on the line of 7. So I'm in pretty good shape. Now I wonder if I could put my handy dandy blue tape here. Yeah, baby. And put my handy dandy blue tape here. Okay, so these should be pretty well lined up. So they should be about right in the center. There's my first hole. There we go. All right, I got my little holes. So let's check and see how they measure up. Perfect. Right dead center. I like it. So far, so good. Now, I'm going to go up to 1/4 inch, 9/32. All right, now I got my 9/32, and I'm using my guide holes. Doesn't take long when you got the guide holes. Now, what I want to do before I make a bigger hole is check and make sure the bolts will make it through. Get that puppy off of there. All right, there we go. All I need is one of these guys. A little bit too tight. A little bit too tight. Okay, so we'll go to the next size. All right, I put my 1/4 inch in. Drill each one out a little bit. All right, let's test it out. Bingo, bingo, bingo. Now the next stage is to put the aileron on. And I'm going to set out my nuts and bolts the way they need to be first before I start doing that part of the job. Okay, I have arranged my tools and the nuts and washers the way they need to be. The thin washers go in the front, towards the front of the boat, and then the thicker washers go in the rear. And so the directions say to go ahead and put the washers on first. Make sure I'm using the right holes. And then you put the hydrofoil on top. Now, the directions actually say that you could do it either way. You can either have the nuts on the top, or you can have them on the bottom. I'm going to choose to put them on the bottom, and my thought is that way the water flow will be smoother over top of these than over a nut and washer. In the directions, it says it's important that the washer goes above the nut, on the nut side. So I'm going to start really with a 2-stage operation because it's going to be easier, I think, to put this on from the top than on the bottom. And what I'm going to do is just put a couple on it to begin with, just to hold it in place. Okay, and I'm just going to put the nut on a little bit, just to hold it in place. And I think life is going to be a little bit easier that way for me. Okay, now let's see if I can get this in there. There we go. I can see it. There we go. Now for the locking washer. Okay. My prop is a little bit in the way of this one, so Phillips screwdriver is not going to do much work other than just hold it. So I'm going to tighten this one down. In the directions, though, it says don't tighten it too far. Just kind of get it snug to begin with. So that's all I'm going to do on that one for now. And now I'm going to go ahead and work my way around the rest of them. And I'll get back to you. There's no need filming all this stuff, me crawling around on my back. I have completed attaching all the nuts and bolts, and the last part of the directions say to tighten it in an alternating pattern, and just to snug it up first, and then 1/4 turn, and not to over tighten the over tighten them. So let's do 1/4 turn a piece, and then we'll be able to call it quits. One quarter. I'll tell you, whoever invented these ratchets should have a Nobel Prize. That one's pretty tight. I'm not going to go 1/4 on that. Okay, this one's loose. So first I'm going to snug it up. Okay, I'm snug. Now 1/4 turn. Get good. Now for the last one in the back. Get this on there. Come on, slow down to go fast. There we go. There, 1/4. 1/4. And they're pretty tight. Looking up above here, looks pretty good. You know, some days I think I'm not the most mechanical, and well, I am okay with the older cars, not these newer cars for sure. That was pretty easy installation. So that's it. Now it's time to just take it out and try it out. Take care. May all your seas be calm. Welcome to today's episode. Today what I'm going to do is I'm going to install the SE Sport 300 airfoil. Or, yeah, it's not an airfoil, it's a shoot.